Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another video. And in this one today, what I thought I would do is give you some more insight on my team for both my agency and my personal brand, and give you a bit more insight, show you some behind the scenes on exactly how many team members I have, what their roles and positions are inside of my company, and a bit, give you some information on how I pay them. So hopefully you can gain some, some golden nuggets, some information to go on to implement this into your own business. Now, just before we jump into the video, if you are new around here, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss another upload. And what I want you to go ahead and do is comment down below right now, how many team members do you have in your business? If you have no team members, that's fine. I'm really intrigued to know exactly where you're at on your journey right now as an entrepreneur. So comment down below, how many members do you have in your team and what are your goals going into 2020? How many team members do you plan to have come the end of the year? Comment below. And also, if you can drop a like on this video, it would really mean the world. It helps me to rank these YouTube videos, reach more people, and ultimately impact more people as well. So if you can drop a like for this free content, it'd be really appreciated. Okay, so let's jump into it then. So as you can see, there's really not that many people here in my core team. So I've broken this up into two sections really. I've got my core team here, which is only 4 people, and then my other contractors down here that I use on a pretty consistent basis. Now, there are other people that I use here and there, but for the most part, these are the core 7 people that I work with on almost a daily basis inside of my company. And as you can see, there's really not too much going on here. I think the biggest issue people have is they get caught up on the size of their company, how many employees they should have, when really I prefer to just keep things simple. I prefer to strip things back, go to basics, have one person for each specific role, make sure everybody knows their roles, and I do have like a few backups if necessary. If my Facebook ads expert falls ill and can't do the work, obviously I can always do that myself, but I do have backups. If my designer falls ill, I do have backups. If my lead gen person falls ill, there are things that I can do to make sure that the work still gets done. But besides that, I like to keep things real simple in my business. And I found a real core group of people that I can trust and that I really enjoy to work with on a day-to-day basis. And not only that, they also align with the company vision. They're excited to work for this company, and ultimately I think that's one of the most important things in a business. Isn't just the skills that you have, but it's your drive and ambition, willingness to grow with the company, willingness to learn and work hard and work smart at the same time. And I feel like I've got a real good group of people here, and that's what I want to run through with you now. So the first person you see here on my list, and if you're, by the way, inside of my private mentorship group, you'll probably recognize the name Cairo. Cairo's in the group every single day, responding to questions, helping people with their Facebook ads, diagnose copywriting problems and things like that. So again, if you're in the paid mastermind mentorship group, you'll probably recognize Kai. But Kai is essentially my Facebook ads expert, and he also kind of acts as my COO of my company, right? Like I said, he handles all the ads for my clients, and he does all the copy, sets up all the ad creative, all the audiences, manages that on a day-to-day basis. And he also acts as the COO of my company. So for example, if I go away, like I've just got back from 2.5 weeks in Australia, when I go away for 2.5 weeks, he knows my business just as well as I do. He knows exactly what I would do in certain situations, and he can act as me, make decisions when I'm not necessarily here to do so. And for Kai, basically the way I pay him a full-time salary, which is basically for the COO position, I suppose you could call it. I pay him a full-time salary to come to work. He actually works from my home office 40 hours a week, and he gets paid a full-time salary for that. And then for the Facebook ads work, I give him 25% of the retainers that I get from my Facebook ads clients. So if we get a £1,000 a month retainer, he will get £250 of that every single month. A £2,000 deal, he gets £500 a month, so on and so forth. Okay. Now, obviously, I don't want to release exact numbers here just for the respect of the people on my team. I don't think they want to know exactly, the world don't know exactly how much they're making, but just so you can see kind of how I have it structured, that's how I pay Kai. Now, next up here on the list, you can see Danielle. Now, Danielle works virtually. She doesn't work from my home office. I only have 2 people really who actually work from my home, from my office with me. But Danielle isn't one of those. She works virtually. She handles all the lead generation and prospecting for my agency, and she gets paid hourly. Every week she works a different amount of hours. Now, we do have goals in place, like KPIs for her to meet, stretch goals in place for her to hit a certain amount of number of outreach every single day. But the hours change on a week-to-week basis, and she handles all outreach for me. She does my Upwork outreach, my other freelance website outreach. She does some LinkedIn stuff for me as well. She helps me accept job invitations that I get on my freelance profiles. And she handles all that initial outreach and lead generation for the business. Again, one of the best hires I made was Danielle, because ultimately the more work she does, the more revenue we're able to generate as an agency, because we're able to set up more meetings and then close more deals. So kind of recommend, if you have an agency, having someone to take care of that lead generation part is really important, because I get to wake up every morning now and essentially have just leads to, I wake up in the morning, check online. I've got more people who are wanting to have a meeting with me, and that's because I've automated that part of my business. So I really recommend you do that as well. So the next person here you can see is Renan. And Renan is my social media manager and graphic designer, and he gets paid fixed rate per client. So he's not on any kind of salary. Every time we get a new client, I present the workload to Renan, and then I pay him a fixed amount per every client to handle that for me. So he's the guy that basically creates all the designs, writes the captions, and schedules out all the posts for my social media management clients. And the funny thing about Renan, I've actually worked with this dude for like pretty much since the inception of my business. I think I've worked with this guy for like 2.5 years now, from when I first started to automate and hire. He's the first person I worked with, which is really great. And I spoke about this in the beginning. I really appreciate loyalty. I feel like I've got a real good team here, and I really can't recommend that enough to you. You hear people say like hire slow, fire fast. Couldn't agree more with that. So it's really nice to have someone like Renan, who's been here for so long, still a core part of the team, and he handles all the social media management and design and scheduling and caption writing for my management clients. And then finally here on my core team, we have Kerry. She's my personal assistant. Again, she's on a full-time salary, and she essentially helps me automate my life so I can focus on my business. You read 4-Hour Work Week, you see a lot of successful entrepreneurs. They automate certain areas of their life so they can go all in on their mission and growing the company. And that's exactly, this is a recent hire that I made. That's exactly something I realized I need. I noticed I was spending a lot of time on tasks that really weren't generating any revenue for my business, and also, weren't making me happy, to be completely honest, which is general house tasks, things like cooking and cleaning, which obviously need to be which need to be done, and then filing and the management and like general day-to-day tasks around the office, things that I don't really want to be doing, that's not really worth my time to do when I'm trying to grow a business, but also kind of essential to get done on a day-to-day basis. That is what Kerry helps with, being an absolute game changer. And I recommend, as soon as anybody is in a position to be able to afford to automate those areas of their life, it's a complete game changer. And for me, that's enabled me to put more focus onto my business and scale it up and impact more people, and put out more content and get better results for my clients, because I'm able to allocate more time, more focus, and more energy to the things that are going to take me to the next level. So that's my 4 core team members. Again, super simple, right? Everyone has their own specific role. There's no overlapping involved. Everyone knows their position in the company, and we all have a good relationship here. And those are the 4 people I work with pretty much a day-to-day basis. Now, I do have some other contractors here that I thought I would share with you. So we have Jezzy here, who is my video editor, who I pay on a per video basis. Now, he doesn't edit all of my videos. The ones that are generally edited better, you could probably tell are done by him. Ones like this today, which are real simple, that I can just cut together, I just do that myself. So therefore, I don't use him all of the time. But when I do feel like a video is going to take a bit longer to edit, or I want even better quality on that, then I'll go ahead and get Jezzy to do so, and he's paid on a per video basis. Also similar to that, in relation to my personal brand and YouTube, is Felix. He creates all the thumbnails for my YouTube channel, and again, I pay him on a per thumbnail basis. And then finally at the bottom we have Kasim, who handles graphic design tasks and more so the branding side of it. So, if I need more logos, I need mock-up designs for a program or a new product, then he's the guy that I go to for that. And he's kind of paid on like a per task basis. So he'll just give me a fixed rate cost. If I want a logo or a mock-up made, he'll present me a price. I'll say, yep, and I'll pay him on a per task basis. So hopefully this gave you a big insight into everything that I have going on in my business right now. And it's funny because there's been points in my business where I've had a lot more than 7 members, 7 team members. There's been points where I probably worked with like 12, 13, 14, 15 people in my team. But I was probably making less money, and also there was way more moving parts, and it took me more time to actually maintain and manage my team, where now I have less people and it takes me less time to manage my team, and therefore I have more free time and I'm making more money. So, it seems kind of back to front, but I think people often overcomplicate it by the sake of saying, being able to say I've got 10 team members. Don't get caught up on that. It's about how fluent and automated you can have your business and finding the right people in place. So, for example, with Kai, I can trust Kai with anything. With Danielle, I know she's going to do a great job. Renan, Kerry, Jezzy, Felix, Kasim, I trust each and every single one of these guys, and therefore I don't need triple the size of the team right now, because for the operation I'm running, it all works perfectly. So hopefully you guys found a bunch of value in this video. If you did, again, please drop a like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you want more insight on exactly, how I hire my team, maybe some more insight on some of the bonus structures I have in place, please drop a comment below and just request it, because I'll be more than happy to put those videos out if you want to see it. And as well, if you do want to get mentored by me, maybe you want some more higher in-depth level training, you want me to help you grow your business personally on a day-to-day basis, I do recommend you check out the Entrepreneur Accelerator mentorship group, which is the top link in the YouTube description. Super happy to be, recently releasing this. It's a fraction of the cost of any high ticket training program or mentorship program, but with 100 times more value. So I'd love to get you enrolled in that. I would love to mentor you on a day-to-day basis. So check that link out in the description. Again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video.